So I hope all y'all having a good morning, all that good shit. Hope that everybody's families are doing well and everything like that and all that shit too. Um, this is kind of going to be like a I don't really give a fuck type of cast real quick. And I'm gonna do this probably like for the next couple of minutes or whatever, and then I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. And matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this other way so y'all don't have to look at my ugly mug this morning. So listen, right? Light me a cigarette, whatever. Because I really don't give two flying fucks right now. So, good morning to all y'all. As y'all see the title, it's called Fake People. I don't want nobody seeing my face right now. I look ugly right now. Early in the morning. So y'all can look at the bridge or whatever. You know, yeah, I can see it's beautiful greenery and all that shit. So I get on this mic a lot. I'm not gonna get on here, ask y'all about no donations. I'm not gonna ask about none of that. I just want to point out a couple facts, right? So I went through not my friends list, my comments yesterday. And I was reading the comments. And some of the comments were old, some of the comments were new-ish, and some of the comments just didn't go in fucking perspective of what the person's intentions were or they said they were. And that's the shit that got me fucked up. Because I'm reading some comments. I heard some people say, yo, I got people on the comment section. I'm sorry because I'm laughing and I'm talking at the same time. I got people in the comment section that were saying to me, hey, yo, that's fucked up, D. And then the most favorite comment, Jesus gonna come help you. Don't worry about it. Jesus gonna come help you. And that's fine. Jesus did come help me. More preferably, white folks came to help me. That's why I be about fake people. See, fake people will sit around and they'll try to tell you, yo, we care. We give a damn what happens to you. We care. Motherfuckers don't care nothing about you, Joe. You know what I'm saying? And I saw about them fake ass comments over there. You know, it's gonna be kind of like one of them I don't give a fuck podcasts, because I really don't. I really, really, truthfully don't. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't. I saw so many inconsistencies with stories and inconsistencies with shit they were typing. And then I'm just gonna first point out the people that were consistent. The people more than Inga, people that are consistent, like Inga Vinziant, consistent. Who's somebody else I would say is consistent? Patrice Gardner, consistent. Huh? And then Foster, always consistent. Because you know what I'm talking about. That's why you put that. But there's a few motherfuckers as I struggle to die from the cigarette. As I close out to die from the cigarette. There's a couple people that ain't consistent. And in fact, the only thing they have in their motherfucking what's in their diatribe is a whole bunch of bullshit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm at the point now, I just don't even believe you. So what did I do? Well, regardless of whatever nice shit they said before, which was totally fraud as a motherfucker, I blocked them. I blocked them. No, they didn't do anything to me. No, they didn't literally say anything to me on the what's the name, but you were inconsistent. See? I got one chick. Excuse me, y'all. I got one chick that comes on my page and has been saying for a straight 3 months, I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate, I'm going to donate. Keep saying that over and over and over, right? So the same motherfucker wrote me a comment, come out. They just came back from a trip. I said, okay, that ain't consistent. That don't make sense. And then I started figuring out something. See, there's certain motherfuckers that like me get on this mic and talk about my life for their own pleasure. See, there's certain people, they like to watch you at the bottom because it's entertainment for them. I had to realize I need to get off this motherfucking mic and stop telling my story because nobody appreciates you. There's no drama with my shit. And as long as there's drama with my shit, then they will come and they will show up. There's no drama. The way the black mind works, I don't want to hear about it. Yeah, that's how the black mind works. Black mind too. That's how both of them work. If there ain't no drama, they don't want to hear about it. Well, I've had a solution for that. See, there are crowds of people who actually want to get something out of what they're hearing. There's people that actually get free information about the music business and everything else and actually want to hear that. And what I found was the majority of them that exist don't exist in the black crowd. No, they don't. They don't exist in the black crowd at all. And I know that sounds harsh for me to say or whatever, but it's where your mentality is, majority of it. Even if you don't know it, most black people and Latin people, they like nothing but drama. That's all they do. They live for it. Rich, poor, fat, small, female, male. Most black people and most Latin people live for drama. They're born in it, bathed in it. That's all they know how to do. And they particularly institute that confusion amongst each other. And when you say something about it, a lot of them get upset and they get mad. And they're like, I can't believe he said that. Why would he say that about the black people? Because concentration and everything put into it, most of y'all ain't shit. Y'all talk a good game. Y'all talk about how y'all want black people to change and want things around you to change. But the truth is, most of y'all ain't shit. Most of y'all ain't never been shit and never will be shit. And what I mean by that is, not that you won't never have anything monetarily, nah. I mean your ideals and your morals are conducive with confusion. I've been part of that confusion, that's how I know. I don't like liars. I don't like con artists, and I don't like people that come around me or circle around me and listen to what I have to say, all pure because they're speculative, nosy. All right, that's a message from God to stop smoking. I will one of these days. I want people to know something. It wasn't black people that came to my rescue and got me out of the situation I got out of, or headed out of, hopefully. It was white people. And that's the part that keeps bothering me. Ain't no black people come to my rescue. I've seen black people give thousands of dollars to a nigga gossiping online. I've seen black people give thousands of dollars to a motherfucker that berates women online on a daily basis. So don't talk to me about berating anything. I watch y'all motherfuckers donate thousands to a motherfucker that gets online and berates black women on a daily basis. I said, maybe that's what I need to start doing. Nah, I ain't gonna do no shit like that because black women are gay to me. I wish I would do some shit like that. I had a brother named Thomas, another brother named Brandon, which I hope both of y'all brothers, y'all listening, get in touch with me. I'm interested in what y'all talk about. See, I actually stick to my word. And actually, when I say I'm trying to help somebody out or whatever, I do my part. I do more than most of these motherfucking ex-motherfuckers has been in the industry, etc., etc. Yet, I will never see the same rewards as a Kevin Samuels or any fucking body else for my efforts. So I've been thinking, and I said, well, what can I do to do that? So I went in and I started deleting people that were inconsistent. I don't give a fuck how much the numbers get down. It could be 1,000, 2,000 of you motherfuckers. I don't care. Clarence Pill, what's going on? You know what I mean? But when I talk about this voyeur shit, like I was talking about before, that's basically what black people and Latin people and many white people are nowadays. It's voyeurs. They like to sit back like a show and watch your imminent demise. Kind of like the Truman Show, if you ever seen that movie. Let's sit back and watch his demise. But that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell y'all no more about my business as far as this homeless shit because honestly, truthfully, people ask me why I don't talk about it no more. And I was like, for what? I've had a headache with it. Nobody can understand the trauma, headache, and everything else I've been around. But yet and still, y'all motherfuckers want to sit around and talk about mental health. White people are phony. Sure, motherfuckers are people. Throughout the whole pandemic, we sat around and gossiped. You wasn't worried about if any other black people were fucked up or hungry. In fact, people of color got online and started monetary shaming people and each other. Oh, I got it right now. That's why I'm working. Tee-hee-hee-hee. It's always that goofy ass laugh. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Kevin Samuels, I think, is the only one of the few that can point it out when he hear that little goofy ass. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. It's because most of you think like children still. Prolonged adolescence, they call it. There's a terminology for it, too. I just can't think of it right now. But it's paleo something. It's when motherfuckers refuse to grow up mentally and stay pretty much in the adolescent stage or prolonged pre-adulthood for most of their life. Meaning they do the same shit at 47 they would do at 17, 27. Black people have been impacted by one of the biggest things and they never realized it. Because of the blessing that was given to God and the melanin in your skin to reflect the sun and keep what appearance would be your youth, we all got a birthday. But it has induced the mentality that because you appear young, that your mentality should stay young. And because of that, things that are more of a hierarchy in thought, well, they go right past you. Instead, your attentive stands on and stays on things that are child's like. That's why it's so easy for many of y'all to make the conversion and now hop on YouTube and just start doing what? I'll let y'all finish the sentence for me. Gossiping. The biggest people that are against you right now in society are your own. Your own. Your own will get online and they will talk about you and help destroy you along with the original adversary you were against, whether that be Charlemagne, Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown I would say to you, why do you keep on arguing? They're setting you up. You're the only one that I done heard even barely talk in the same tone I was talking. If you don't believe me, before you was talking, I was talking 7 months prior on the same tone. So don't give me that bullshit. I like Kwame Brown. But Kwame Brown is being set up in a game right now. And boys, I'm sorry, but I got to do this. You're doing that for your friend, so you can keep your position, or your thought of position, and potentially what you think it could be over there at One Power 105. But Charlemagne don't run that. And Charlemagne on his way out of there, sooner enough. They've been trying to get rid of Charlemagne, to find a way to get rid of Charlemagne for a while, in my opinion. And many people say, oh, well, and I think Charlemagne knew it too. That's why he's got so many deals. Y'all think he's just got that Power 105 deal. He has more deals than that. He has a deal with MTV2. He runs a show with, what's this guy's called? Andrew Schultz, Brooklyn boy, Jewish kid. Runs a show with him called The Brilliant Idiots. Well, that's not contractual. He has a couple other little gigs that he does. So make no mistake about it. I don't know what you said, Mitch, babe. Good morning, though. Get along, gang. Exactly. I think I know what you're talking about. That's my whole girl, Mitch, babe. BX on check in. What up? What up, boo thing? That's my boo thing right there. I love Michelle. Michelle's a good woman. Michelle's a good woman. Mean motherfucker, but a good woman. That's my motherfucker. Let me tell you something. I can't sit back no longer. Thank you. I can't sit back no longer and sit here and pretend, you know what I'm saying, that shit of black American people nowadays doesn't, make my ass itch a little bit. I gotta say that. And the reason mostly I say it is because of the behavior the motherfuckers have amongst each other. Like I say it once again, and Mitch Baby, she's still on here, or she logged off or whatever, she can contest to this. I had people that actually work for the city each time that I got to work in this situation with this homeless shit, and it was funny because every last time one of them was a minority. Except when I came back to Connecticut, and they failed. I want to say that they failed. Except for when I came here. When I came here, the person I was dealing with was one of the regulators around the program, and he was a white gentleman. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I almost owe him an apology because I did not believe him at first because of previously what I had seen. That man was overhauled. He was overhauled. You got to ask yourself, why was he overhauled in the homeless system? Well, COVID-19 was going on. There was a lot of black people. Majority of the people that was in that hotel with me, there was a sprinkle here and there, white folks, but the majority of them were either black and Latino, and mostly all men. And I didn't see no organizations coming through there to help us and ask us if we was all right. There were no rappers coming through there to see if we was all right. And some niggas in the industry knew exactly where I was at. Now I was up. See what I'm saying? Ain't nobody come through and ask, yo, what's going on, bro? Can we do something for you? Whatever. Ain't nobody do that. Ain't nobody do that. It was the few women that were on here, people like Mitch Babe and a couple other people that knew my shit and knew my story and saw what it was and came through and helped the nigga. So it was those people and Matt and, a few of the other women that came on here, but where the niggas at? And that's what shit that got me, because niggas was getting on here. I had niggas coming on my page, flagging my page because of of Toxic Diamond and Tasha K. These was niggas. But these niggas could not even for 5 seconds sit there and relate in their mind. That's one of my brothers going through some shit. And every time a brother gets shot, I'm upset. Every time a brother die, I'm upset. These same motherfuckers, they watch me going through my shit, right? Knowing that I'm bad boy entertainment. Like, there's no arguing, you know what I'm saying, the fact whether or not my association with bad boy entertainment anymore. There's literally a video on my page. That's a clip. Sean Prez, the ex-vice president and marketing director, man I worked for 17 years, telling you who I am. You know what I'm saying? That just because you don't know me doesn't mean that's not who I was. I worked in the music business for a very long time. I know it very well. More well than most. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. During the pandemic, let me tell you what rappers did to tell you kiss their ass. Anybody disagrees with me, they fucking lie. Y'all motherfuckers were so narcissistic and so uninspiring that what you did during the pandemic was you said, you know what I'm gonna do to motivate the people, Sean? I'm gonna go out and buy this new Bentley. I know there ain't nowhere to go. I know none of the clubs are open. I ain't touring, so I ain't making no money. And this might be the last Bentley I buy, but I'm gonna spend my $250,000 on this shit. I saw James Harden the other night. Fast forward, sweetie, $100,000 for a date. This is what your men do with their money. Your men, you too. Good morning to you. Your men and some of your women have become some of the most narcissistic motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. I saw Kevin Samuels' show. I watched a couple of his clips, and I like I said, I'm amazed at how people come on there and donate $100, $200 so their name will stay up on that super chat thing, and they don't know the bulk of their money they're giving to Google. See, if you care about black people, I wouldn't even have told y'all that story. See what I'm saying? Google takes 30% of those super chats. Meaning you give me $100, they take their percentage, only leave you with damn near 88. Now, why would I tell y'all to get some free money to Google when y'all got options? Y'all better use $STRINGERBELL 80, stringer bell 80. That's the point. You giving me the money, right? Or you want to give a little bit to Google too, help them out a little bit more. Help them sell some more products and tighten up YouTube again some more. So now, regardless if motherfucker you like it or not, we monetize with you. We really ain't got to monetize with you now because we're going to run our ads regardless. Did y'all know that's what YouTube does now? I put it up. Hit my name, hit videos and scroll. You'll see it. I told you that shit was happening 2 months before it happened. Somebody gave me a warning. Gave me a heads up. Let me tell y'all something. African American Latin culture is some of the most fake cultures nowadays that exist. You thrive yourself and want to be fucking rich. Not superstars, but whatever can do it, you can use to be rich. Our women are on OnlyFans like it's a motherfucking... If all the boys want to be rappers, all the girls want to be OnlyFans models. If all the boys want to be rappers, then all the girls want to be OnlyFans model. And it don't matter what color they are. This has saturated the whole population. Black, white, Spanish, all alike. All the boys want to be rappers or gangsters. All the girls want to be strippers or OnlyFans models. I started peeping something about 2 months ago when I was on another website. And I said, yo, every last one of these girls has got up pictures at the same time, got a link to her OnlyFans. And some of them, the guys, the OnlyFans are so cheap, like it's $20, right? Or whatever the case may be. You'll see the guys later on rip the video and put it up online. This is all facts. Rip it down for free. So now your OnlyFans content ain't really worth shit, at least not that clip anyway. So now you go back, try to tighten it up, figure out who it is, you can't. because the person that unsubscribed to the OnlyFans. And so now she's stuck. So when she thought she had the potentiality to be making, $300,000, $400,000 a month or whatever, these girls ain't really making nothing but $120, $140 in some cases, and they butt naked online. And in an attempt to keep on getting more and more customers to subscribe, they get more and more, scantily clad, and now this is poking out, that's popping out, there's toys involved now, whatever. And if that's your fancy, that's cool. But you can't have the whole goddamn culture of women doing this. So I'm listening to Kevin Samuels' show. And this is why I knew the culture, the morality of these motherfuckers had just slipped. I was listening to Kevin Samuels, and this girl was on there. And she was 24 years old. And I took a segment of that clip, and I'm going to put it up. Because y'all see, I know exactly who I'm talking about. Because he said, y'all, I want y'all to clip this in the video. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching the clip, and the girl says in one token about dating and da-da-da-da-da. And she comes on, she always, this is how you know you're about to hear some fake shit. Whenever you hear this and it's forced, and only thing I can understand is that, okay, so can I ask a question? She was talking like one of them little ditzy ass broads. So I was like, you sound stupid than a motherfucker already. So at one point, she says she wants a high-value man. And Kevin said, and she's very, at the best, regular looking. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't come on very impressive. That's one thing I'll say. Some of the girls, they at least take the initiative to come on impressive. They fix themselves up or whatever. She came on very lackadaisical. Like hair wasn't done. She had a little body thing on. I'm like, you want a high-value man? You look like the maid. Baby, you look like the maid right now. You want a high-value man? I walked around millionaires for 17 years. I know what high-value men are. Shit, I stayed at the same places as them, ate the same way as they did, partied the same, all the shit. You would have been the chick dressed like that, how you currently look. You would have been the chick that rocked with us and would have been like a little sis or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You definitely, unless you had some fire practices sexually, you know what I'm saying, would have been a regular one. So this is how I look at this girl, because I'm not saying that to judge, I'm talking about in that world. That would have been her position. Then and now. So the thing she proceeds to say within the interview shocked the hell out of me, but it didn't shock me because I had said it before. And at one point she says, well, so what if a lot of Kevin Samuels says something to the tone of, what if a lot of black men don't make that much money? You could just go get a regular dude or whatever. She then responds with this. She says, well, with black women having so many options right now, why would we want to be one with the black man? And I said, what the fuck this bitch is saying? She said, with so many options, why would the black woman want to be one with the black man? I said, huh? Shaggy? Scooby? The fuck did this bitch say? She said this on camera. And she wasn't hesitant to say it. That's what y'all got to understand. She wasn't hesitant to say it. That's why I don't have the camera on me, because I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. She wasn't hesitant to say it. That's the point. And the lack of her hesitancy made it apparent that many other girls felt like this about men of color. The men in our culture now, that have been raised mostly by women, yes, ladies, respect to y'all that did a good job. But to y'all that raised these little rambunctious, little sensitive-ass motherfuckers that just want to shoot up everything, fuck y'all. And fuck your whole leniency and legacy. These little motherfuckers are so condescended to feeling sorry for worthless women, not good women, worthless women, that they will overlook their own brothers first and make fun of their own brothers if they don't take the same penitentiary chances as they do. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Right now as I'm speaking to y'all, I could literally, if I wanted to, go hit the bricks and do what I gotta do, right? And there wouldn't be no problem with it. I would have everything that I needed within a couple weeks. Only one problem with that. It's a penitentiary chance for me. As I told y'all before, I'm a 2-time felon. But I've been thinking about it. Got the access. That's for damn sure. So what should I do? And I think I'm going to do that. I found something. Getting on here and telling y'all this portion of the story or whatever, is not what y'all into. So I'll do what I got to do, get myself right, come back. And when I come back, I'll feed y'all all the gossip I want to. But at that time, when I feed y'all the gossip, right, I need you to adequately compensate me, because that would be my job, all right? So I'm going to save black people the trouble once again and do it my fucking self and get some assistance from the white folks. Because I don't aptly offer the type of continual dialogue unless it's in a direction of pain, suffering, that you're attuned to and like. Because we all know black people are bent on the destruction amongst themselves. And people get mad when I say that, but it's the truth. You do. You don't go off on white people like that at your job. You get fired. You're scared. It's a repercussion to it. You don't go off on the police, you say to oppose you. You know better. It's repercussion for that. I put up samples, which you can go right here on the page and look, where I go at white publications and talk all kinds of shit to them, and white commenters that talk all kinds of shit about y'all. And I never see none of your Boyce Watkins or Kwame Browns, Kevin Samuels over there. And Kevin Samuels, you a motherfucking fool for going on Vlog TV, you dumb motherfucker. As smart as you are, that country Oklahoma come at you real quick. That's what Tasha K played on. That bitch played you like a fiddle. And I can see the sucker for some pussy in you too. Oh yeah, you a sucker for pussy. I can look at you and tell. When I saw you the first time, I said, yeah, he's like that cool nigga that would have hung out with us, but he's a sucker for pussy. Y'all know what I mean by that? Some guys are suckers for vajay. Like, they'll do anything. They'll diss the whole crew for a piece of vajay. Y'all could all went to the club together. He meets a girl there. And that's cool if you leave. But don't diss us the whole time at the club. This, you know, typical guy shit. That's guy shit all around. There ain't no color to that. That's guy shit all around. But sucker shit, nevertheless. That's the type of dude. Stop doing interviews, nigga. Stop doing interviews. They're gonna catch you in something. And they gave you an example of that. The God himself gave you an example of that the other day when they had that shit flowing about you had a man in the bed. Thought I missed that, huh? Now, that could have been your cousin, your brother. We don't know who the fuck that was. Family member come to visit. You don't live in Oklahoma no more. So there's a lot of potential possibilities it could have been in the video, but did you see how they took the clip of the video and tried to destroy you with that on YouTube? That's what I'm asking you. And if you weren't paying attention to that, then one of the things I would say to you, Kevin Samuels, is you better start. This is a mechanism in the vehicle they use to destroy you. In the same way you blew up will be the same velocity you come down. And these motherfuckers that look just like you will make sure of it. Because they ain't shit. Not all of them, but 70% of them. They know how to preach advocacy. They know how to talk online about advocacy in different states that they potentially say they want to see. But they think that the only way to go about it is monetarily. Well, the people that you have to go about to get it monetarily do have their own set of views. They do have their own set of values, do have their own set of conditions, do have their own set of, most of the time, this is why you get the Christian Bible Belt states. This is why you get Christian groups that are so powerful in politics. It's because of these reasons. They have a value system. And the reason I mentioned about OnlyFans and all that, and you know, some of y'all keep up, some of y'all won't, some of y'all will give a shit, some of y'all won't. I don't care either way it goes. You ain't giving me nothing for the shit I'm saying, so fuck y'all. To be honest with you. I've got on this mic, and if you don't believe me, go back and look at the other videos that I had before this one, and if you're just now showing up, you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. I mean that, and maybe it would implore y'all to change, because right now the trajectory you're going on, you're becoming basically the new house servants, and you'll be house servants to not only white Americans, but Indian Americans and Asian Americans, and I'm sorry, I don't care to join you. Get mad. I want you to go around and tell everybody, all your pro-black activists that are online, online, never been in the streets about it, except for Sonetta and them niggas, Brother Polite and them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. You know what I mean? I'm talking about motherfuckers ain't never been in the street, but get online talking about advocacy or whatever. But what have you done monetarily out here? You notice there ain't none of my Cash App information in here, none of that shit, right? I'm just floating. I'm just talking. That's all. A lot of phony shit going on amongst black people. A lot of synthetic shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say, oh, hit this man because ain't nobody giving them donations. Bitch, my Cash App information ain't even on this broadcast right now. You heard me spit it one time. I know what I got to do. Can't depend on no black folks. That's like depending on the streets now. Depending on black people is like depending on the streets. Matter of fact, the streets are more dependable. That's the funny thing about it. Niggas ain't gonna get what I'm talking about. I talk a whole different language that only like certain niggas of certain calibers gonna understand. So I expect that the regular Joe nigga pretending, they're not gonna understand what I'm talking about. Nigga, it's the difference between pretending and being a real thing. I'm the real thing. So, I know what I gotta do to clean my shit right. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking with people that basically make a living off of gossiping about people that look just like them. And an engagement that ends with nothing but the person that you call the oppressor winning. Even in most cases, aiding. You know what I'm saying? And like nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about the mentality. Nobody wants to talk about the differences. Nobody wants to talk about, what can we do to help more people of color right now? No, we'll just wait for Joe Biden to pass the check. Oh, you mean the same Joe Biden that black people helped get elected? Now he only want to talk to y'all? Now y'all crying and shit. He don't want to talk to no black and Latin people right now. And those are the two groups that helped get him elected, and women. And those are the three groups he doesn't have. He's at the G7 summit right now. And he's discussing with world leaders whether or not they should give you another stimulus check. Meanwhile, chicks is out here buying Birkin bags. Niggas is out here buying PS5s and shit with the stimulus money. They ain't helping nobody. This is why I tell you can't depend on the people. You got to be a goofy to depend on the people. It's become a minstrel show again. Y'all took it back to the minstrel shows. Well, I ain't joining the minstrel show with you. Sorry. That shit ain't gonna happen. I am not voluntarily, for the consideration of just going with the herd, go join myself into this new age minstrel show. If you don't know what a minstrel show is, look it up. You'll understand exactly what I mean. I don't have time to explain that shit. Nor am I getting any donations worth explaining the shit to. You know what I'm saying? I had to listen to a couple people when they told me. I got a phone call from somebody. A phone call. And somebody told me, he said, yo, son, stop talking to them niggas, man. Them niggas don't appreciate you. He said, a lot of them niggas in there trying to joke you at the same time. And he pointed out some shit from this one chick, you know what I'm saying, that's on here. They come on here, whatever. And I peeped that shit too. You know what I'm saying? And I think my homegirl Annette Foster, Annette, I'm gonna call you too, mama. I swear to God, I ain't been in the mood. I just been thinking about some shit. But my homegirl Annette Foster put me on some game too. She was trying to, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bitch got so much to say. Bitches be having so much to say, but ain't doing no action. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you chuck. You know what I'm saying? I smell the chuck. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no more than that. But some motherfuckers be doing a little bit too much and not showing no action with it. I don't look for your motherfucking words. I look for action. You know what I'm saying? For real. That was dependent on me. When I worked in all the offices I worked in, it was all about, yo, listen, What can you be dependable enough for us to count on you to be here when we get ready to leave from the airport, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I was always there on time. Wasn't no plane trip. There wasn't no trip held up because of me. Ever. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one that's dependable on someone's word and what they say. You know what I'm saying? You can ask around about that shit. Wrong, none of them gonna tell you I held up a trip. I never have. Puff, none of them niggas will tell you I held up a trip or I was late or I had to come afterward after everybody had already left or some shit. Nah, I was always there. Y'all hit them like buttons if y'all would. Y'all know how this shit work. Hit the like button on my shit too. If y'all was on here gossiping about somebody that was black, y'all be hitting the like button. Hee, kee, 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 tee, tee, tee. That's why I said the streets more dependable. I think that's why I'm gonna call this shit. The streets more dependable. People talk all that kinds of shit about hood people and the streets and shit, right? But they more dependable than these so-called new wave neo niggas that they got. These neoliberal niggas that they got. Oh my God, I hate them. I hate them. They're the most biggest bunch of hypocrites, neoliberal niggas. They're like a commercial. It's like they live a commercial. All the what's the names? All the caricatures that they've seen in commercials in the past, they live that commercial out literally in their lives psychologically. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the weirdest shit, and most people do too. You know what I'm saying? Like most people that you run into nowadays are like an interpretation of Friends, some shit like that, like mentally. That's how much they've been embedded and influenced by TV culture and media and shit. That they actually try to act out personalities that they've actually seen on TV or online. That's what you see a lot with these kids. Like when you see them with all these multicolored hairs and all this shit or whatever, they're acting out shit they saw in the Rugrats. You know what I'm saying? That's who they're imitating, the Rugrats, if y'all don't know that. The Rugrats all grown up. A lot of this shit that you're seeing is people's interpretations of what they've seen previously all their life fed to them. And it's so saturated in the population, it's so saturated in society now that there's no turning back. And I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's particularly affected black people because black people are on a transition to try to find themselves anyway, in my opinion, and so were Latinos. And it's particularly affected them more than anybody. This ideology that you could somehow potentially become some type of genius or some type of tiered society, whatever, is beyond me. You know what I mean? And it's got a lot of Latinos following behind it too, especially light-skinned Latinos, which will never be accepted. But for some reason or another, they think they will. If you need an example of that, can I tell you about Kamala Harris, the vice president, coming on talking about people from Guatemala do not come here. Never in the history that I remember of any presidents have I heard that uttered out their mouth. Ever. How about y'all? Because I haven't. If you have, write in the president that said it, because we've always had contention at the border. And they've never wanted as many immigrants in this country as they have. And if you don't believe that, you just go back and look. They've done it to everybody. They've done it to the Irish. They did it to the Italians. They did it to many other different ethnic groups. They did it to the Jews that immigrated here. They did it to every ethnic group that immigrated here and later on stayed here. The Chinese, in fact, they ended up apologizing to the Chinese for the concentration camps they had them in during the war because they thought that many of them were spies during World War I. Now, this is stuff that I think the Gavin Newsom, I think he was governor of California when not even 2 years ago, the state of California made a formal apology, national, that you can look up. It's there. And I was just like, wow. It was nationally televised at the moment too, through local networks and national networks. So this is something, you can validate for yourself. And now these same ethnic groups have now joined in on the oppression of you in sorts. The attitudes show it, the empty grins and everything like that. They definitely have an agenda. And the agenda is inclusive of eradicating or controlling both white and black population in this country. And many other immigrants have that ideology too, whether you know it or not. But like I said, maybe I'll do like they did back in the days to just be a black slave owner. I'll be like, fuck it, they ain't give a fuck about me. Shit. They ain't give a fuck about me. Shit. Had I not took initiative, I'd be just like Black Rob. Y'all watch me die on the screen. And they wouldn't give a fuck. Don't nobody talk about Black Rob no more. I thought y'all cared. Thought y'all cared. Don't nobody talk about DMX no more. I thought y'all cared. See what I mean? Black people ain't shit nowadays. You fell on your own. And I don't feel sorry for you because you're doing it voluntarily. And you can clean it up right now and change the trajectory of everything. But just listening to certain people like myself, I even throw Kwame in that and a couple other brothers that actually mean good intention, but are met with retaliation and fucking insults from people of color that look just like them. Or fake motherfuckers jumping on the line talking about, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. Bitch, you've been saying that shit for 3 months. Nigga, you've been saying that shit for 4 months. Only niggas that come through is M1 Music and motherfucking TMH Music. You know what I mean? 2 men. Choke No Joke is another one. And there's about 6, 7 other brothers. I can count them all under 10. So I look down and be like, yo, bro, here you go, brother. I know what it's like. Especially if you a black dude. You got a cousin, something that went through some shit. You know what I mean? Well, nah, in most cases, in black, they'll watch the motherfucker go through the shit, watch them die and all kinds of shit, get in the hospital or something. Then they'd be like, yo, I could have done something. I forgot what we talking about here. Niggas have no morals. Have no moral system. This moral system is worshiping a dollar. Worshiping a dollar. And whoever got a dollar. That's a nigga moral system now, most of America too. Blacks have been fully assimilated. As of 2021, it has been certified. You are completely assimilated. Good luck, and because you're gonna need it. One thing that money doesn't equate or help unless you utilize it to further your education is intelligence. Doesn't invoke intelligence. As this term goes, a fool and their money will soon depart. These fools and their money will soon depart. They will be left with nothing. They will be left with a skill set of being able to hop on YouTube and put glue in their hair and receive $20,000 and a better hair set than they had before for doing such. Your skill set will be an OnlyFans model, as Kevin Samuels very much deconstructed and destroyed in a podcast where I forgot what these 3 gentlemen's names were, but it was beautiful. They made that girl leave. I'm not going to say totally fuck black people because I'm part of you. But what I am going to say is I can absolutely, and I will, make sure I separate from you. Certain ones of you. You're destructive. You have no good intent. You only reward destruction and hypocrisy and idiocracy. That's what you reward monetarily. And why would I want to be around a bunch of clowns? What kind of culture is that? If your whole culture is bent on destruction and making fun of others and gossiping about others, what kind of culture do you actually have that somebody want to take place of? And is this a reason why you're so amplitude and easily with all the money everybody claim they got nowadays? Is this why it's really opportunity? That's why you have money. Opportunity out of stupidity, most of it. If that's the case, why are you still being attacked and being attacked more than any time in fucking history? Last time niggas got attacked like this, motherfucking slaves, the Prohibition, Immaculation Proclamation had just been signed. That's what they say. Well, people I listen to, that's what they say. They say the last time black people were attacked like this was when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed shortly before, excuse me. That's crazy. Now, without all that faux, that's spelled F-A-U-X, meaning false, fake. With all that faux power that y'all claim y'all got, why is that happening? With all that faux power, how come you're still getting attacked? Your brother's still susceptible to getting attacked? That doesn't come with power. Power comes with protection. See what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers, the same shit y'all speak against, y'all believe in. The same shit y'all speak against. I know, log off. I hope you do. I hope you do. You the niggas, I hope the worst happens to you and everything in the world worse happens to you. Because I'm trying to tell you for free. They don't even want it when it's for free. They wouldn't even hit the like button. I said, don't worry about niggas. Don't worry about niggas. I'm going to do like y'all did. I'm going to go join over with the white folks. Right? That's where the money's at. Where the money reside, where the money reside. But I'm going to do it a different way. The way it naturally should have been done and the way white folks really want to see it to be done. Go back and start from the beginning. What we talking about? We gossiping about somebody. We ain't gossiping about nobody, so if you want to log off, you can. I'm just talking about niggers, black people, and how they falling, and how they can't see how they fall in the trajectory they're headed in. Now, if you don't want to hear about that, I suggest you probably want to go somewhere else. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a problem that's like a virus, and it's just spreading more and more and more and more and more. The modern day minstrel show that's going on. And where these kids that I say that our people are headed as a result. You guys don't realize it, but you're creating economic, capitalist, liberal, stand for any cause advocacy kids. And their ideas that they're promoting and advocating amongst other people that are black are going to spread like cancer, and they're going to spread in the worst ways, and they're going to affect you in the worst ways potentially in the future, more so than anybody else. And my consistency to talk about shit like that, whether some get it or some don't, I really don't give a fuck it either way. Like I said, don't nobody donate to me to motherfucking be certain on everything and specific on everything for you. You want that? Donate. Cash App, $ STRINGERBELL 80. Stringer Bell 80. That's some real shit I can tell you. I don't even tell you. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna tell them that for free for? You know what I'm saying? I did a 3-hour podcast one night because I was trying to raise money or whatever. Many of y'all just tuning in. Well, I want to say for the better part, I'm homeless anymore because I'm still homeless, but I'm in a homeless program. And I have a place that I'm staying at right now. They're trying to get me into a permanent apartment because of this voucher I have. And this voucher is not certain because a lot of people obviously don't want to deal with people in this program. You know what I'm saying? They made that very apparent. Like, I'll give you an example. This is how y'all black folks are so stand-up-ish. And I even wonder why, even more so, how come there's no black people on this list? All the people on this list that he has already, or on this website that they point me to go to, that utilizes the vouchers or whatever, even they are saying no to people. And he told me that ahead of time. I have it written on the thing. Excuse me, I said written. I have it on a video here. There we go. Oh, you're working. Well, let me tell you about this one, K-Mac. Well, I'm working for Marshall. Am I working for Marshall? Now, I worked for black people for 17 years, but he asked me if I currently work. And when I was in New York, I worked a combination of 6 jobs. Don't talk to me about that bullshit. See, let me tell you something. Black women have this thing. Are you working for Marshall? Because if you ain't working for Marshall, that's why everything happening to you. K-Mac, I can articulate very well. Very well. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm saying this. Then it get all microaggressive and shit. Are you working for Marshall? Well, let me tell you what comes along with this program. This is why I said, you always get people that are always so presumptuous. Don't be presumptuous, listen. That's another problem that people have with a lot of black people. Other cultures do. I swear to God to you. You're presumptuous, you're quick to trigger and ask quick questions, and you don't listen. Listen. The program that they gave me, or the voucher, regulates that you can only work a certain amount of hours. And the reason because of that is because if you want to stay in a certain economic bracket to be eligible for the voucher, which consistently year after year after year, as you continue to ascertain the voucher, you will have to meet those same prerequisites year after year, meaning you can only make a certain amount of money or the rent increases. Now, once that happens, the rents around here are $2,000, $1,700, $2,000 from my area. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a one-bedroom at the most studio I can even do. Okay? My voucher pays up to $1,781. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm regulated because right now I'm trying to get out of homelessness. So it would not be the best situation for me right now to start out like that. Now would it? My worker seems to agree that I need to be job specific and I need to be hour specific. Now, if you know anything over him and he actually works in the business, which I'm sure you will all of a sudden go into next, give you your diatribes of how you know more than this gentleman does, and he's worked there for over 15 years, has one of the best rates of placement than anybody in the whole entire office, and has a plaque on the wall to prove it. But I'm sure you have better information than he does in this area that I live in. And I'm sure it works the same way as your state that you currently live in, correct? That's about what you're about to go into. But you notice, $, STRINGERBELL 80. You didn't hear that ring one time. That's what I mean. They all come on and they want to be just, I'm not attacking them. But I notice that's the first thing that comes out their mouth. What you worried about it for? Master helped me. Don't worry about it. Master helping me. Because you came. That's the real thing about it. You could use all the bravado you like. Master helping me. Don't worry about it. You're wrong. It said, in order for you to get out of the, see what I'm saying? They always go into this little diatribe. I know the answers. You don't know the fucking answers. All right? Everything works different in every different state. As a matter of fact, let's get you the fuck out of here. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. Get you the fuck out of here. Yeah, let's get them the fuck out of here. All right. I don't have time for that shit. I just block niggas like that now. I don't have time for no widow. I told you that's what they was gonna do. They all do that. They just mouth. Don't know what the fuck you talking about. You gonna tell me the nigga that been working there for 15 years got plaques on the wall telling me one motherfucking thing. I got a voucher that pays up to $1,781. You understand what I'm saying? And I got other things that I don't tell you about on camera. So it's like, how the fuck are you coming to the conclusion about shit you don't even know about? And I don't even see you here regularly enough to listen to what you're saying. Get the fuck out of here. I don't have time to be arguing with niggas. That's what I try to tell you. Every time it's an argument with one of these motherfuckers. They never listen. Never listen. And it's that mechanism and that loss of that mechanism right there trying to come up with the answers for something. Just because you're the same color, you appear to be the same color as me, stop thinking that we got the same experiences and shit. That's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. Or it's prompting you to be able, like, you know what I'm saying? I can do what I want to. I had a motherfucker yesterday, I was standing somewhere, right? This motherfucker is gonna walk right behind me, directly behind me, to show some type of bravado shit. This is the shit these little sissy ass boys do nowadays. Now this dumb motherfucker's not thinking the whole time. Where we're standing at, we're so close to traffic that had I not seen you, there could have been a possibility I fell back. As you're trying to block me from falling back, you're now still in traffic. The oncoming car doesn't see you, and then poof, you're gone. Bravado over common sense. But y'all raise these little sissy ass boys to think that. And I don't give a fuck if you listen, if you around 17 through 25 right now, you were raised primarily by a woman your whole entire life, you got some sissy in you. Whether you know it or not, you got some sissy in you. Whether it be your emotions, whether it be the way you react to shit, whether it be the way you fuck. If you was raised by a woman primarily all your life, mommy and all her sisters and grandma and your aunties, you got some sissy in you. And I smell it from a mile away. That's why I don't fuck with these sissy ass boys, because they do sissy ass shit. I had a motherfucker stand beside me one day. I had a fly ass outfit on. I had a motherfucker stand beside me one day and gonna stare at me up and down like I'm a fine bitch at the club. Like it's to evoke the emotion or the message of, well, you got something nice on, but mine's is better. It's that nigga mentality going social. You understand what I'm saying? Here, you guys want to see these mallards right here? Look, it's a whole family of them. That's one thing I love about my state. We got beautiful animals and stuff like this is normal around here. I'm used to it. I've been seeing this all my life. So, but let me tell you something. These sissy ass boys that I'm talking about make Storm and Rose and shit like that happen. You understand what I'm saying? And I know a couple of y'all think that I was motherfucking mean what I just did, but let me tell you, that was one of them motherfuckers that's been doing that for a long time. And that's why I recognize the name, because I had seen so many comments from this person. That person that I just blocked had been sitting on this motherfucker for about 5 or 6 months asking me question after motherfucking question, pretending like they had the answers for some shit. And I'm just like, well, why are you pretending you got answers for some shit and trying to tell me how to navigate through a white system when you actually can't do shit? Why would I want advice from you about the white system when I can just go to white people and get the motherfucking real? And that's what I've gotten. So that's why you don't hear me too much get on here and talk against white folks. I'd be like, yo, shit, white folks will help me out more than black people are. Black people want to sit back and watch the show. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. What's going on? Star Pepper, real. Know what I mean? But yeah, I can't go for that. So that person I just blocked, they had message at the message at the message at the message, talking shit. Only thing they're trying to do is just get into your business. Once they're in your business, it's on video, and now they got some piece of information to use against you. That's a prior. Somebody that's a voyeur. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like they got voyeuristic tendencies, probably sexually too. They like to watch what's going on with other people so they can sit around and gossip about it and gather some information with some type of insidious motherfucking, intention or something like that. There's some sicko motherfuckers in your culture like that, and across all spectrums of culture. That's why I'm so quick and y'all see me to check a motherfucker. Fuck that. I ain't got time for you to be pushing me off the subway platform or wondering why you attacked me and that. Fuck all that. I'll tell the police when they get here what will happen. I got video too. You know what I'm saying? We be all right. You know what I'm saying? Just get me to the judge. I'll explain this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfucker, I don't know who he is, but I seen a litany of different comments. This is a grown ass motherfucking dude. I seen a litany. That's why I dissed him. I called him. I said, hey, miss. Y'all ain't peeped that though. But this motherfucker left a litany of different comments when I went to the what's the name, the fucking analytics thing, and it shows me all the messages, it shows me what my views are for the week, so on and so forth. So I was checking the demographics and the analytics and shit. I just seen message after message after message of the same motherfucker just now asking me question after question. That's why I did it the way I did it. I didn't want to alert y'all to that, but he knew what I was talking about. That's why he ain't saying nothing for a minute. Oh, I meant that. No, you meant what you said, nigga. And there's a whole bunch of them motherfuckers that be like that. Come on, leaving sarcastic comments. I mean, like the shit, if I showed y'all, I might even do a mobile zine of it and just show y'all some of the comments because I have the filter on. So you can't just leave anything there. If anything's cursing or anything that seems negative or whatever, YouTube will filter it themselves. And then y'all never see it. But I see it. I see it in the what's the name, the notifications. I'll see, if not the full message, I'll see partial of the message. And then if I go to YouTube Studio, I'll see the full message, even though it was retracted. You know what I'm saying? And I have people say some crazy shit to me, and I'll be like, yo, you swamp dunk ass motherfucker. Like, and then like you turn around, the person lives in like fucking squalor. You know what I'm saying? They live in fucking squalor. I ain't never lived like that. Ever lived like that. Not when I was a kid, not as an adult, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I got fucked up for the first time now, and I'm glad it happened when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Before a motherfucker consistently, for a motherfucker consistently come and keep asking you the same question over and over, ask you questions about your situation. Nigga sound like you trying to grab information. What are you, like a fag or something? Like, that's where I'm at right now with it. Because a lot of these boys, I'm trying to tell you, and I'll say it again, a lot of these boys, I'm talking about all races, but I'm talking about particularly the brown and black one, because that's what we're most prevalent to right now. A lot of these motherfuckers been raised by women, and solely women. And so they act like women. They have women's attributes. It's no different than Tarzan. He was raised around a whole bunch of motherfucking animals. But what happened? He could end up communicating with the animals, swinging through the trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? Riding on the back of a motherfucking elephant, a tiger, bears. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of crazy shit. He became adaptable to the environment that he was once placed in. And it took removing him from that environment and teaching him how to walk, talk, and act like a human that completely made him the decadent individual he ended up becoming, and the king or whatever. That's the reality of what we see in the face of right now because of this epidemic of single parenthood and many women advocate. These are the results. And you see it right in front of your face, and instead of motherfucking recognizing it and seeing it, you know what I'm saying, and recognizing real niggas when they out here trying to tell y'all about it, y'all rather sit back and have the giggles. Y'all gonna giggle yourself into motherfucking non-existence. Y'all gonna be giggling as your ass is being destroyed. And y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. But everybody see your weaknesses. You won't help your own. Everybody see your weaknesses. Other cultures talk about it. How you won't help your own. And they talk about how it's a weakness. You don't believe me. I'm trying to tell you the truth. Other cultures sit around and tell you and talk about how your weakness is you won't help your own. You're narcissistic. That's one of the best motherfucking employees they got on you. Other cultures sit around, they talk about how they can get one of you very easily because you don't stick together. It easiest to separate for chance of reward, as they call it. Chance of reward, meaning almost like a pet. You know, the Indians are the same, the Asians are the same too. You know, almost like a pet, you know? Not a human, a pet. And I'm sorry, I just don't carry that same genome. I don't carry that same dimple in my skull. If anybody knows that theory. I don't have those dimples in my skull of servitude. Never will, never have. You see how them beautiful birds took off? I never said that. That's my soul talking. I meant that shit. I worked for black people and Latins for 17 years. I ain't about to pick now to go grovel in the massa. And I shouldn't have to have my people telling me to go grovel to massa. I should be able to do what the fuck I want to do. You say I'm so talented and all that shit, some of y'all wrote in the comments, but y'all go support clowns and jokes, and niggas is already millionaires already. That's why I didn't even bother to put my motherfucking Cash App in there. I'll say it. Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Bet you won't nobody hit it up. Bet you won't nobody hit it up. They ain't gonna hit it up. Suffer, nigga. You go ask Massa like the rest of us. So as I watch you motherfuckers destroy yourself in the next couple of years, I want you to remember this as I say this. I told you. I told you. Not only did I tell you, I've told y'all all the kinds of other shit, and if you don't believe me, just hit the videos. Go back to the first video I posted up all the way up until now. And you'll understand exactly why I feel the way the fuck I feel. I've told niggas shit that none of these quote-unquote stars that I've been around and worked around for 17 years would ever tell you, because they scared, because they're still active and they depend on that. I don't depend on the music industry. I thought I could depend on the people, but you can't depend on your people. You can't depend on your people unless you got gossip. You can't depend on your people unless you got drama. You can't depend on your people unless you got controversy, salaciousness. They speak against the devil, but you are a part of the devil. You're the best instrument it is because you're the closest to God. You're the closest to God and the easiest fool. Don't believe me? Ask Eve and Adam. You don't get it, do you? Maybe this words right now is a revelation that maybe God told me to tell y'all as a warning. Maybe it's just me speaking in general. But the current path that you're on, even though it has its celebratory moments right now for you financially, and how your narcissism and greed entail and financial shaming of those that have less than you but are a part of you that you lived around, in most cases, most of you. If your only inspiration is to stunt in front on niggas, not white people, because you don't feel like you have the capacity and your self-esteem is so low that you can't even fathom the fucking decision to even try to stunt on somebody white. Instead, I just hear what Master say. Master say attack them. Y'all made a full return back to the plantation. A full return. And this time they ain't even got to herd you into the motherfucking stock. You're going voluntarily. Some of you like the education to see it. Some of y'all don't want to see it. Some of y'all are letting it happen, like I have. You have to let it happen. Because if we don't let it happen, what will happen is those same bad ones will be so intermingled with us that don't choose servitude, that we will be left to eradicate them or do as we need to do with them on our own, which we should have done, in my opinion, a long time ago. The Greeks, they used to toss the unworthies and get rid of them out of the culture because they knew eventually they would be a nuisance on the culture. This is true. And I think, I know, there's a couple of different cultures that need to do some fixing, including whites. Many whites don't point out the fact that there was a man standing on top of a hotel room a couple floors up and shot over 500 innocent country music gatherers that looked just like him with white skin. The black folks, and we had Charlie Pride and everything like that. I'm sure some black folks sprinkled out there, especially because it was close to Texas. But predominantly, most of the concert goers were white. We saw in Colorado where a white man, well, he wasn't white, he was Iranian. They thought he was white at first. But doesn't admit him from the other dozens upon hundreds, if not thousands of stories now of mass shootings in this country. So it's all of us. We all join in the fuckery and add our own fucking little sprinkle. We all up our little sprinkle. Unfortunately, white men are so bent on their dignity and reputation that they can't perceive the fact that if they want to preserve their reputation, you have to start being honest. I'll say that again. If you want to preserve your reputation as a white man nationally and globally, you have to start being honest. And I'm not talking about the regular Joe white man that has no fucking affluent power whatsoever. I'm talking about upstanding white men in positions, men that I've worked around. You have to exert some type of honesty and realization. So this goes for y'all too. But right now I'm talking to black people. I'll get back to y'all later. I get on y'all all the time. Sitting here talking about the neglect of black people in society and how you're in an impending doom and you don't realize it. Would you care to join us? If not, you can go ahead. We're not talking about gossip. We're not talking about who's screwing who, sweetie. We're not talking about Quavo. We're not talking about what color Cardi B's fucking socks are this week or who she's sleeping with. And I don't mean that strictly at you, Joe. I'm just talking about in general. I like to get that out the way. We talk about real talk here. I'm not doing no gossip. I'm not going to be probably even talking about the music business anymore until I start getting some fucking donations or something starts going on. Other than that, I'll leave here and do what I got to do. You can't depend on the people to give you no more than gossip, hoo-ha, and bullshit nowadays. I think I'm tired of it. A lot of other people are tired of it. I heard Danica Marie, she's one of the enlightened. She put it up too. If it ain't about guys, if black people don't show up. I've had motherfuckers flag me, all kinds of shit stop me. Stop that nigga from talking. He gonna stop the money. You ain't worthy to be on YouTube. These are black communists dictating who belongs on YouTube and who doesn't. That's a communist. Communist tactics. You don't belong here. He can't be asking for donations. We ask for donations. Hypocrite shit. This is with your own people. Yes, they do. Your own people will get on YouTube and they will talk about you, make a video, clip a video of you, and make a whole dramatization out of that and keep the drama going, all for the fact of getting views. And Kwame Brown, you start a little like that's what you do. Get the fuck off YouTube for a minute. Talk about something totally different than fucking beefing with motherfuckers. You an intelligent cat, so, and I know North Carolina, and I was born not too far away. All right, so it's in my blood too. That's why I was up here talking the way I was talking. Like I said, I was up here talking like that on camera before you were. And to be quite honest, I didn't know who the fuck Kwame Brown was until this shit happened. But I'm glad I got to know him. At least via this vehicle right here on YouTube. And they trying to take him down. They try to take Gene down. They try to take anybody that talk against the same system that they say they hate. Because they don't talk about it in the tone they like. Third grade twattage. Third grade twattage. I've had more black people attack me ever in my life than I've ever had anybody white. Most of the time when I interaction with white people, I don't get that. Now I'll get some sarcastic Joes that'll walk past me or whatever, or I'll get some prick that thinks he's a shit. And then he walk up on me and be like, well, maybe I ain't the shit, you know? Like, I'll get that. But as far as that whole microaggression, passive-aggressive shit, I only get that particularly with black dudes and black women. Black women and Spanish women will do it like it's some kind of like turn on. Listen, ladies, let me get this out the way, because somebody asked me what type of women I like. I like not docile women, but I like feminine women. A docile woman is a woman that'll do everything you tell them to do. That's not what I like. I like a feminine woman. And I like a woman with some ambition. I like a woman that's sexual, because I'm sexual. I'm a Taurus. I'm one of the most sexual in the zodiac. You can ask. Read up on it. Me and Scorpio. I like a monetary type of woman. Like, I saw all these chicks coming on Kevin Samuels' page, and all I'm talking about, they can't get a man. Bitch, do you know the fucking society we live in? Of course it's easier for you. You got twattage. You know what I mean? You have twattage. So how come you couldn't create, because so many niggas out here have created chicks, okay? Who the fuck knew who Karrueche was before Chris Brown? Who the fuck knew who Amber Rose was before Kanye West? I can keep going here. Who the fuck knew who Russell Simmons' ex-wife was before she came along? Kimora. I didn't know who the fuck Kimora was. So for the advantage of that one, those women I just mentioned, and many others I could go through here mentioning, nobody knew who these bras were. In fact, it's popular belief that you just go have a baby by a rapper or an athlete and you on. You are now, even if you're not the spouse of them, you're the baby's mama or so-and-so. So you just as famous as he is, and sometimes even getting more famous for the moment. So if women been doing this for so long, how come ain't no rich, clapped up, racked up bitches, motherfucking out here scooping up some real niggas and being like, yo, come on, boo, I got you. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because most of these bitch-raised men, once they get in a position like that, they take advantage of it. You got a bitch that's making $100,000, $200,000 a year. You want to go fuck other bitches at the club? Those niggas fucked it up. The ones that was raised by bitches. Excuse my French. Your mama taught you all that feminine shit, but she ain't teach you one thing, how to treat a woman? Sounds suspect to me. Sound like she taught you how to be submissive and lay down for them boys. That's what that sound like to me. Sound like some ho-ho shit to me. I don't know what y'all think. Hit the like buttons if y'all agree. I don't understand why all these women are running around talking about they so getting it, but I want to hear the success story of a chick that put a nigga on. I want to hear that storyline. I want to hear that storyline. Like I said, I just mentioned Karuchi. I just mentioned the other one, and I got a lot to offer. Like if I came in and it was a chick that was worth $200,000 a year, I'm like, yo, listen, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. The shipping container shit. Let's just build the first one. Let me build the first one. I'll sell it. I got it on from there. Where are the rich women that are claiming online and putting men on? You understand what I'm saying? Where they at? Where they at? Because I've seen so many women gain popularity, their own businesses, monetary gain and everything else, whether it be Chris Brown, whether it be Kanye, whether it be all these other rappers, athletes, actors, the list goes on, lawyers, everybody, you know what I mean? Men that have literally put women on and made them where they were nothing, nobodies. And in a lot of cases, a lot of them did it for branding purposes. You wouldn't have had a baby by a motherfucker and the sacrifice was that hard. That's a sacrifice. When you go have a baby by a motherfucker just because you want your brand to expand. And that's what you saw with Kimora Lee Simmons, in my opinion. I know the hustles of women. I got 2 sisters. I done seen all kinds of devious shit women do. The worst type of woman is a woman that do the shit with a smile. Oh yeah, they do it with a smile, some of them. They really hate you, they do the shit with a smile. Be real weary if you done did some fucked up shit and she's still smiling. If she's still smiling up around your ass, son, you in danger. You saw that with the Kardashians too, see that? Kwame Brown is only defending himself on those that spoke on him and pointing out the get along gang. It's important for kids to see what's going on. It is not important for kids to see what's going on. Let me tell you the fact, that's another problem. That's just where it's coming to that ideology, and I totally disagree with that, of parents. See, comes from that thinking that parents, it speaks against exactly what I'm saying right now. This is coming from parents, or a parent, more particularly, that wants to be friends with the kids, let them know everything and toss everything. You know what I mean? That's totally not what the kids need to be seeing. The kids don't need to be seeing bickering amongst 2 men. The basic ideology and a temperance of if there's a man of color, you must attack him. See, all this shit starts in adolescence. Y'all don't realize that. And that's the problem that happened with the last generation, whether it be black, white, or Spanish. A lot of these parents did whatever the fuck they wanted to do around these kids. And a lot of them, because they were young parents, which I mention all the time, I grew up in a time, I believe it was probably the second rollout of it, where it was 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old girls and boys having kids. Because if you got a girl pregnant, do you having a kid too, motherfucker? Know what I'm saying? So these 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids now turn into 30, 31, 32, 33-year-old grandmothers because their kids are now repeating the same cycle in which they were once involved in themselves, which is teen pregnancy. That's why the average chick nowadays, specifically if she's a minority, you got chicks out here, they got PhDs, doctrines, masters. That's why I'm speaking on this shit like this. Pastors and everything else that are black women. And in fact, there's been it was a what's the name that was misconstrued how it was reported, and they corrected it. And they had said that black women were the most intelligent women in the United States based on doctors and degrees. But in fact, they're the most enrolled in college. Now you can look that up. There's been a revision of that. I'm not making this up. If you're not hip to it, then that's on you. But I know that was the original report that came out, and I'm not shaming anybody here. I went to college myself. The point I'm getting at is guys. Yeah, it's a fact. See, she said facts. They revised it. But still, that is a hell of an accomplishment. So I don't want to take that away from the story either. The fact still remains that you see a lot of people of color running around talking about they got this, they got that, and in remittance of everything, especially, and I hate to say it, I see this mostly out of the poorest of Latinos and the poorest of black people. They are the ones that are more prone than anybody to try to show what they got. And they grow up around these kids And these kids see that as influence to them, and they see a certain way of doing things. And once they start doing those certain things, it starts being embedded into them. And now they try to take that in the circumference of another culture, which is white culture. And this is why I tell you the differences start pointing themselves out. I grew up around whites, and particularly Italians and Greeks. I always grew up nice. I make no remittance about that. Some people have it as a badge of honor to grow up around piss and shit. My mother and father didn't. So, with that being said, I don't use it as a bragging badge, but I do know the difference between somebody that grew up around us and somebody that didn't. And I know it very quickly because I've been around both. I've been around people in the street, and I've been around my home life as I grew up with my mother, my father, and my sisters. All right, now, as I grew up, I started seeing more of this and knowing the difference when I got to middle school. And I understood when my mother said, I don't want you over there hanging with them kids, or I don't want this person at my house, or whatever, whatever. Many of y'all that are on here right now know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm no different than you. But a lot of people don't realize this. I'll be like, don't you remember me, motherfucker? You live down the street from me, you know? Sometimes you be like, oh, didn't you go to public school too? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to sometimes go to that extra mile, because you have to realize that some white people in this country are so heavily indoctrinated into the system, not racism, but the system, that traditionally they have certain acceptances for certain minorities that they don't have for you, because of basically judged on a scale of servitude. You understand what I'm saying? Well, that's Juanpito. Juanpito makes my sandwiches in the morning. So from a servitude perspective, Juanpito is of a value to me. Or that's Joe. He's a janitor. He cleans my room. So Joe, from an economic perspective, is valuable to me. That's the valuability in your worth in their dimensions and scales. And I know this because I've had motherfuckers do it right in front of me. You know what I mean? So, you know, it goes to mention. Another fallacy is a lot of Latinos make the mistake, and a lot of my other minorities that are not, how can I say, not had a longevity in this country, and I'll go back into what I'm saying, is that they have this preconception just because someone is nice to them means that they like them. No, they have a reason for being nice to you. And I think nobody knows it better than African Americans, being that they spent 400 years of servitude with these people, raising their children, birthing their children. We know them better than anybody. Even if when you see the interaction between us and them versus you, you should see the difference. And I think many do see the difference. That's not a racist statement. That's just an obvious statement. But I've seen more and more where a lot of light-skinned Latino kids, their parents are teaching them racist practices. That's my point I was getting at. And I know this because I'm half of you. So won't be no argument of that. And tú sabes, la sabor latino. Negrito. It comes to mention that sometimes you got to pay attention to what your kids will watch. And Kwame Brown, I'm sorry for saying this, but if you're online and you're arguing with Boyce Watkins, you just as guilty, because you profess yourself, and this is a tactic that you do. And this is why I said earlier on in this broadcast, I'm trying to protect Kwame Brown. And he may not realize that right now. His followers may realize right now. Maybe the very rich people, I wouldn't say it's just what class you're raised in. Maybe the very rich people, no, it's not very rich people. I'm talking about middle class. My mother was middle class by all these perspectives. And we always lived in nice places. Better example of that, I think it's her name, Jimmy G. A better example of that is, see that car going over the bridge right now? Hold on, you'll see it in a minute. That was a white, I think, Mustang, one of the new Mustangs or Rangers or whatever. That car probably costs about $40,000. And if you pull into any hood project right now, you will find somebody in those projects with that car on lease, right? They probably took about $5,000 to $8,000 to put down on that car, right? Well, in no time did they think that car is not gonna do nothing but get me back and forth out of this neighborhood, in the hood, in the projects. But based on the fact that how they were raised, it never came into question to them, why don't I see how much it is on a mortgage for a house, which will probably be $400, $500, $600 a month? instead of paying $800 a month for the insurance and the lease on this car. Now, Jimmy G, I gotta ask you, does that make sense? It doesn't. And that's how you have the definition of poverty that you have in the African American class right now. And it has nothing to do, and I don't give a fuck what you say. You cannot raise somebody decadent within the constraints of the projects. You can't. Can't do it. You can't do it. There's too much that goes on there, and whether or not we want to have the housing authorities or the governors or the mayors show up and do their little commencement speeches and all that shit right there. When the sun goes down, those projects and those, and you can't tell me nothing. I've been through all of them. Tompkins, Guy Brewer in Queens. Shout out to my girl Dion over there. Marcy. I've been through all of them. I've been through all. I have Marcy and Tompkins beef, and I got friends in both of them. Thank you. Shout out to my nigga Jerry. Tina, what up? You know what I'm saying? My man Jerry over there, he got like 8 brothers over there, 9 brothers over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about his brothers. I ain't talking about none of that silly gang shit. I don't do that shit. Not say y'all silly, but that ain't my shtick. You know what I mean? Now, let me tell y'all something, right? And I'm gonna end it at this because I got 15% left on my battery. The reason I came on here and I said the things that I said today or whatever wasn't to offend anybody or attack anybody or give my distastement in black people to the regard and the pointability that it's like, oh, y'all disgust me. No, your practices and your sheer intentions disgust me. You have made it a business and made it a product to lie to people, make up lies about people, beef on people. Kwame Brown, stop beefing with niggas. Stop beefing with niggas. Everybody stop. Yeah, everybody does have an agenda. My agenda here, I want to answer that question. My agenda here is that I'm stuck in a constraint. So as I see many other bloggers get on and they talk about whatever they talk about, most of it they talk about is gossip, bashing people, arguments, drama. I'm glad you said that. My agenda is to have something totally different from that. And I think it's the agenda of many other people. And to get some monetary gain off of it or whatever suffice in between, hell fucking yeah. And I think justly so. Being if you say, oh, you from the culture. People in black culture want to dictate to you what you should be doing, but at the same time, they don't help. Help, and then you have a right to dictate. I'll say that again. Help, and then you have a right to dictate. Because you can't lead the people if you can't feed the people. Now, guys, it's Cash App $STRINGERBELL 80. Go back and listen to this from the beginning if you have not. Don't be offended by everything you hear. If you don't understand what I said the first time, listen again. Share with a friend, like, subscribe if you haven't. Please hit those like buttons. And once again, please hit up the Cash App, which I didn't include in here, but I'll include in here at the end of this broadcast. And that's STRINGERBELL 80. Again, that's STRINGERBELL 80. First off, I call people brother because we are fine. I don't want to argue with you. That's the other thing they like to do. They all want to argue. First of all, which comes from feminine shit, so I know when I hear it. First of all, nigga, I ain't doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? First of all, nothing. You're not my brother. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not my sister. If I can't call on you when I need you for help in anything, then you have not earned the right to be my brother or my sister. You are just somebody that's in coexistence with me in this food we call life. I am not trying, and I just told you the same thing. So why would you type the same thing that I just said? Ain't nobody trying to argue with you. First of all, get your ass the fuck up out of here, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you. Go die and everybody in your house with you. My point is, when you see these niggas online, that's all they do is want to argue. That's an example of another one. I told you. He wouldn't have that attitude in that mouth with somebody white. He only has that with his people of color. First of all, this is the shit y'all creating. And then you ask me why would I want, and then he repeats and writes back to me what I just said. Nigga, go suck a dick. Let's remove this nigga and get him the fuck up out here. You got problems. You see how you start to type shit? They're predictable. You know what I'm saying? Talking about bothering somebody for my problems. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. I got subscribers, you don't. That's why you here. I know that tactic. Let me get into the comment section and start some shit, then I get some followers too. Let me get into the comment section and talk some shit, then I'll get his followers to follow me. Ooh, hiffle wiffle do. I've come up with the most divisive plan ever. You goofy ass motherfucker. I ain't got time to be arguing with not a bitch or nigga that ain't motherfucking ain't productive in my shit. And I'm tired of this whole Sunday school sit down shit you trying to do in the comment section. First of all, niggas don't talk like that. Hoes do. My chick say shit like that to me. First of all. Don't no grown ass man say no first of all. Like you checking me like auntie and mammy. Nigga, you don't check me, nigga. This is my space, nigga. Suck a dick. Fuck you and everybody living in your house. That's the shit I'm on right now. That's why I said I'm about to hit the streets. Nigga ain't even hear that in the beginning of. He just coming in the last 10, 15 minutes. I've been going for an hour and 35 minutes. And you see that nigga once. He got the whole answer for everything that happened in the past hour and 20 minutes. You see how these goofy niggas are? I'm going to say that for y'all again. He came in around about 1:21. I had already been going for about an hour and some change prior to that. He got the answers to everything I just said, but he wasn't here. In fact, he typed in there, what's going on? I can't make this shit up. These motherfuckers are gone, nigga. And don't ever ask me why I didn't want to motherfucker stand by the people no more. Nah, fuck all that. I ain't saying I'm standing against you. I said I ain't rocking with y'all niggas. Y'all niggas are headed for impending destruction. And two, why would I rock with niggas that only reward drama and confusion? Like, if they're rewarding drama and confusion, that means because they're led by drama and confusion. Meaning, if you invoke yourself with them, psychologically, anybody would know, that means you're inviting drama, narcissism, and everything else that comes with it. Do I want to do that for myself? Fuck no. Guys, if you liked anything I said, it's $STRINGERBELL80. If you like to donate, black people, you can do so there. If not, I don't give a fuck either way. You don't give a shit about me. So I just want to say this. I'll probably, maybe be back sometime this week or whatever. I got to do some things, so. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you can't never depend on anybody of color to come with anything righteous nowadays. You got to be saying some nasty, belligerent, drama-driven shit. And I ain't the only person saying it. Other people are saying it too. This is the environment y'all created. That's what I want to be contentious about. Y'all created and y'all joined along with. So, you know, being that that's the odds nowadays, whether people want to admit it or not, you know what I'm saying? But when I got people like Danica Marie, I've seen people like motherfucking Tariq Nasheed say the same thing, and I might be saying it a little bit harsher than they are, but I've even heard Louis Farrakhan say the same thing. You have fallen, black people. You have fallen. You reward drama, salaciousness, and ignore the real. And as in the Bible and was prophesied, you will fall under the same conditions as they did in Sodom and Gomorrah.